Welcome to the Dean's Corner. I'm Lauren Gordon. The Dean's Corner is a public relations program produced by the Department of Communication at Lamar University. Dean Russ Schultz of the College of Fine Arts and Communication interviews guests from the fields of education, industry, government, and the arts to discuss community-related issues and events. Today's episode of the Dean's Corner features an interview with Quentin Jiles. Jiles is a senior from Houston, majoring in social work. This spring, he was elected the Student Government Association President for 2012-2013. Now Quentin has the task of being the voice for over 15,000 Lamar University students. In this show, Jiles discusses his plans for his term in office and why he decided to run for the presidency of the Student Government Association.
Well, you were just elected recently. Has it settled in yet?
It's still very surreal moment. I'm accepting congratulations and thankful that everyone voted for me. But, at times I do have these random bursts of happiness when I'm at home not doing anything. And it's just like, I finally won the position. I can make a difference now. So it's still very surreal.
Your parents are proud?
Yes. Oh, my mom has told everyone. Like, I'm getting text messages from, hey, I met you when you were younger. Me and your mom were friends. Congratulations. And I'm like, I don't know who it is, but thank you so much. So yeah, they're ecstatic.
What possessed you to run for president?
I just think we needed a change. I toyed with the idea at first, a while back, a couple months ago, like, I think I could run for SGA president, kind of implement some of my ideas. But as it got closer and closer, it became. I took it a lot more seriously, and I just wanted to be a voice of the students. I talk to a lot of students, and they just feel like, oh, well, we never know what's really going on. Things are changing at Lamar, and we find out about it after the change. And so what I was running my campaign on is to be a voice, to actually be a voice of the students, know what's going on. And I kind of feel like even if the administration is not asking us, do you want X, Y, and Z? If I pay you X amount of dollars each year, I feel as though we should be included at least. Just, let us know what's going on. Communicate with us.
But, there's two sides of that, too. There has to be a willingness on the part of the students to be involved, too.
Very true, very true.
It can't be just, I want to know what's going on, you take care of it.
Right.
There has to be a certain sense of the students' involvement. I can tell you we had a meeting where the president announced that there's going to be a fee increase next year.
Okay.
And it was plastered all over to tell everybody, the students, this is a meeting the students are welcome to explain why the fee is going up, not this will be in spring of next year.
Right.
2 students showed up.
Wow.
That was it. 2 students.
Well, how was the meeting publicized? Was it through campus announcements or?
Campus announcements. Okay. It was in the campus newspaper, and so I think that the other side of the coin is too. I think as a challenge to you is to not only be a voice for the students, but to encourage the students to be involved in their campus life, because campus life has changed a great deal. What year are you?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yes.
So you've been here 3 years. You're getting on here, and one more year, and
I'm out
you're
the
ready
door.
ready to go out the door.
Yes.
But there have been changes even in the 3 years you've been here, and there's been a lot of changes even before that.
Right.
And as these changes occur, it's really critical that no one wants to do things behind the back of the students. You're our lifeblood. I mean, quite frankly, if it wasn't for the students, we don't have a reason to be here.
True. Very true. And I think that the team that I have now, Lanier Laverne, who's my vice president in charity, he is our secretary. I think that that's something that we're going to be able to do. Everyone has their ties to, different organizations, their hands in different things. And so I think when you bring us 3 together collectively, that we can kind of get an uprise or a rally up of the students so that people want to be involved, actually going out to talk to them. Go to the phases, talk to them, even go to the business building, the nursing building, where most commuter students go who really don't, come and interact in the Setzer Center or anything like that. But just let them know and get them aware so that they want to be involved.
Well, you have the positive side. You have a president of the university who I've never met anyone who is more open to working with the students and ensuring the students have a voice and
Right.
and just being a really positive influence on campus.
We will be right back with more of the Dean's Corner. Welcome back to the Dean's Corner. Quentin Jiles is the president of the Student Government Association at Lamar University. While adjusting to his new role, Quentin has been planning an agenda that will benefit Lamar students. During his time in office, Quentin would like to address issues such as security, housing, and parking. As a representative of the student body, Jiles feels that the concerns of the students must be heard.
Well, you've been elected. I'm sure you've had the thought of what's the first thing I want to do.
The first thing I want to do, and we just spoke on it, is to really bring the campus involvement back. I need the students to come to SGA so that we can inform them on things that's going on. That was the main thing that I ran on, being the voice, let's get involved, let's get back up. So the very first thing I want to do, I want to see the SGA room filled. I want a representative from each organization there saying, hey, we're back, we're trying to start some new things, homecoming is coming up, we need your input, we need to be involved. So it's not just 10 people deciding what we're going to do. We need the voice of everyone. So the very first thing I want to do is to get SGA back on its feet, get the students back involved in it.
Any ideas how to do it?
Well, I would have to take an idea from my campaign. I put my flyers everywhere. It was no limit to where I put my flyers.
You papered the place, huh?
I did. And I looked through the guidelines. Okay, this is an approved section. Flyer went there. It was everywhere. It was random people I didn't even know coming up to me and it's like, hey, you're a vote for Q's, a vote for you. I was like, yeah, that's me. And so I think if that tactic worked, why not do it again for SGA? If you recognize me from my campaign flyer, put our faces on the SGA flyer. Say, hey, we're back. Come. Put it everywhere. Let everyone know. Put it on OrgSync. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Facebook. Talk to people. So that's how I plan to do that.
Have you thought about some goals that you'd like to accomplish?
Well, one goal that I've heard about a lot, and I think it'll be a somewhat of a difficult situation. I know a lot of students who stay on campus are having issues with the security. And I'm all for the security. I understand why the security is there. That's their job, to make sure we're safe. But a lot of issues that they're having is, the cops may be being rude to them or, disrespectful and things like that. So I think that's something that I kind of want to tackle immediately. I understand, it is your job to keep us safe, but at the same time, we're all adults here. We pay tuition here. So you can talk to people respectfully. You don't have to come at them in a disrespectful manner.
I do know that there's going to be a change next year, that the LIT students are not going to be in the.
I heard that.
In the residence halls. That they're going to be moving down to what is it, the village at Lamar.
Right, further down the street.
Further down the street. Yeah, I think they're going to be moving down there. But so all the residence halls next year will just be Lamar students. I don't know whether that will have an effect, but some of the rumors, and I can only say that's rumors, that might correct some of the issues. I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, me either. I don't know that. I mean, it could. I could see why those rumors are in place. I guess we would just have to wait and see. But yeah.
What other things do you see on your palette?
Well, I want to, of course, improve parking. Everyone complains about the parking, and it's like, when I go outside sometimes, and I'm going to be a senior next year, so I could be contradicting my fellow seniors. But, when I walk into the senior parking lot, it's not really full majority of the time. And I don't know if that's a difference because it's the spring or it's the fall.
You have to educate me. Which is the senior parking lot?
The senior parking lot is the parking lot in front of the recreational center.
Okay.
So you'll have one row
center
closest to
Okay.
One row will be reserved, for the teachers, and then the other rows are for the seniors until I think about 12 each day. Okay. But a lot of the times the parking lot is not full. And so I don't know if our seniors don't have cars or if our seniors are just like going towards their building and parking. But I mean, if and I'm saying we as seniors, because I'll be a senior next year, if we're not utilizing that, why not utilize it for our fellow Lamar student? Like, why not cut it in half, or why not get rid of it altogether? you know, so that everyone can feel like they have a chance to park. If we have the allocated funds, why not build another parking lot? And we don't have a parking problem. We have a walking problem.
We have a walking problem.
Right,
That's
right.
what I've heard.
Right. And, you know, I walk, so it's fine. But, you know, if it seems to be very prevalent on the minds of the students. You know, they're always talking about it. So I understand, you know, we might have a walking problem, but if they're always complaining about it, I feel as though then
you got to address it.
Yeah,
address
that's my
it.
job. So
And you can come back with the same information that they've heard before.
right, yeah.
And considering also that we're getting close to, anywhere about 40%, 40 and above percent of the students live on campus. That means 50 to 60% of the students are the on-campus students are commuting.
Right.
So there's your parking problem with those students, because
Right.
the resident students, they have their lots, and I can't imagine. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't imagine the resident students are moving their cars out of the residence lots.
I would hope not. I wouldn't, but
It doesn't make sense to me.
You're watching the Dean's Corner with Russ Schultz, the Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication at Lamar University. We'll be right back with more after this commercial. While attending Lamar University, students have access to a number of athletic and cultural events. Dean Russ Schultz talked to SGA President Quentin Jiles and asked if students took advantage of the opportunities presented by campus life. During their conversation, Jiles gives more insight on how to improve student participation at Lamar University events and the most effective means to reach students.
Looking at athletics and the issue we've got football back now.
Right.
We've got obviously we've had some changes in basketball that have been positive.
Right.
There's really great expectations next year with Coach Knight.
Right.
I have great expectations that the women's basketball is going to come back. He had a rebuilding year. We've got softball coming on, and if you haven't met the softball coach, she is a dynamo.
Okay, I'll have to meet her.
She is a real dynamo. So there's a lot of exciting things coming on board. I have to say that from time to time, in looking out at the audience there, the student participation I would like to have seen at a higher level.
Right.
Can you do you think that SGA can get involved and encourage that as being part of the campus life?
Definitely. I think you know, if for the simple fact we could invite the athletics out, you know, come out, talk to our students, get them riled up, or even have competitions. I know a year before last, we had a competition where it was like a organization spirit, school spirit, and you sit in the student section, you know, you come, you wear your shirts, you make signs, you cheer for our team, and whoever had the most school spirit at the end of the day, you won X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
Right.
I know
and,
that the student activities has put that through. Yeah.
Right. And that was
Mr. Ballard, I'm sure, is open to that.
That was really, really fun. That got me out. That got my organization out. And I know even though it was a competition and, you know, you're battling the other organizations, it was still fun at the end of the day. So I've noticed that a lot more students came out the year before last than last year. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think they did away with the program. I think they just changed the rules of it, which kind of discouraged some students to go.
I'm not aware of that. Well, there's going to be a lot going on next year. I know that there may be some renovation of some of the buildings. There's going to be a lot going on campus again with athletics. There's I guess one of the things that always that sticks to me is is campus life.
Right.
What would you like to see if you had a magic wand? What kind of activities would you like to see grow as part of our campus life?
Let's see. If I had a magic wand, first off, I would like to see Big Red Mania bigger than what it is. Like, you know, we do the crawfish boil. Everyone might not eat crawfish, so, you know, let's do a fish fry. We're outside anyway. You know, I would like to see, let's say the Greeks all come together, and I know they do Greek week, so they do different activities, but what I just recently found out, those activities are centered towards them. And so, I was always under the impression, okay, well, you come out to the Greek versus faculty game, it's for the students. But no, I was talking to a few of them, and they were like, no, these are really for us. We just invite you all to come. But let's see the Greeks do one big rally or something, get the students involved, because a lot of students do want to go Greek. So, in some instances, these are role models, student role models that you look up to. So I'd like to see that. I would love to see even some scholarship, not banquets. What's the word I'm looking for? Some like a scholarship program where you would come and you would be aware of different scholarships, because I just found out that social work has a scholarship. I've been here 3 years, and I just found out this year. So that would have been something like way back, when I first started, that I would have liked to known about, walk around, see different things. And then even if it's not social work, I know some people offer scholarships, and it doesn't have to pertain to your degree. It could simply be on GPA, it could be in, your campus involvement, things like that. So let's have a scholarship program. Let's get the faculty and staff to come out more.
How can we increase student attendance at our cultural activities, show openings in the Dishman, the theater productions, the musical performances, and all these opportunities are on campus? How can we increase, just like we talked about the participation at athletic events, how can we increase the participation and attendance at those cultural events on campus too?
Well, for me, it would need to. I would want somebody to talk to me and tell me about it. A lot of times when I see the cultural events, I see flyers, and a flyer may catch my attention, but it doesn't resonate with me. Okay, it's on this day. But if I have someone coming to me telling me, hey, we have a play this Thursday, it's $2, maybe $3 with your LUID, I'm more inclined to come, because I'm going to ask, well, what is the play about? Well, who's in the play? Instead of me just reading a poster.
So is that something that we could go to an SGA meeting and get
Definitely.
And say this is coming up, even have a student representative talk about it?
Definitely.
Well, that's something we need to do.
We will be right back with more of the Dean's Corner. Welcome back. Every president wants to leave a legacy. Lamar University Student Government Association President Quentin Jiles is no different. Next on the Dean's Corner, Dean Schultz asked Jiles how he would like to be remembered and what would identify his time in office years from now.
You meet, every 2 weeks? Is that what it is?
Right now it's every 2 weeks. I'm not sure if we're going to change it to every week. That's something me and my executive board have to discuss.
Well, as you're doing that, I guess we could have ask for for a minute to say, here's what's coming up in the arts over next week, and just have somebody bring that forward.
Definitely. That's actually how it's supposed to go. There's a section for each department to come. If a faculty wants to come, you deny no one. You put them on the program, and we'll go straight down the program. And, hey, this is coming up. We have this. Oh, did you know about this? That's what student government is about. So,
what would you like to see as your legacy?
This is going to sound really cheesy.
Okay.
But that I made a difference, or that I made some type of change, that the students were actually pleased with me. I kind of have a conflict, because I know a lot of students, like me, a lot of people know me. So they're like, oh yeah, Quentin, we'll vote for him. And I don't want it to be once I graduate, I don't want it to be, oh, he was a good president because we liked him. I want it to be, he was a good president because he actually did something. He got something accomplished that we wanted. And so that's the legacy.
What kind of changes would you like to see at Lamar from the standpoint of an administrative changes, besides more parking?
The same thing. Come talk to us. That to me, that's my biggest issue. Take the time to come talk to us. Show us that you care. Just anyone. If Dr. Simmons was to come, I think that would hold a lot of clout. If he came and just, hey, I want to come talk to SGA.
Doesn't he come to meetings already?
He does.
And then you meet with him regularly.
I have not.
But I mean, you, the president.
Right. I will.
There's a regular meeting.
Right. Or I'm not sure. I know I'll meet with Dr. Lambert regularly. I'm not really sure how me and Dr. Simmons will interact, but I know that we will to some capacity. and I know he was a music major.
Yeah.
Even if it's something that the music department is putting on and he wants to come and promote it, like to me that would be like, oh, you know, we know he still cares about the music department, but it's like Dr. Simmons really okay, all right, Dr. Simmons. So, you know, or even Mr. Ballard, I call him Mr. B. He's very cool. I work with him now in the student affairs office. I'm a student director. And if Mr. B came and just, you know, let's talk and hey y'all, we have this going on, feel free to come by. Like, we already have an open door policy at student affairs, so students already know that, but we have to get that to the masses so everyone feels included and involved.
Does FGA get involved with student recruitment and orientation?
Student recruitment, I do believe so. I believe I've seen them go on a couple of tours when recruitment was out and about. As far as new student orientation, typically in the past, or since I've been there because I work orientation, I have not seen that.
I'd like to see that.
And you will, because since I don't take office until June, but technically my job is still going on. I told them, you know, if I have to, I can hold off SGA until, you know, August, until the semester is about to start, so that I can finish the orientation, which would bridge the gap. I'm actually over parent orientation this year. I'm talking to parents. I'm talking to them as a student director, but I'm also talking to them as the president-elect. So there's the bridge being built right there.
I think that's a great opportunity to, I think also to show off our leadership to the parents and to the students, because you could be our best sales pitch.
Right, definitely.
For students, instead of just somebody, well, I'm just doing this, and it's somebody that you've really have an investment in the campus.
Exactly.
So, well, Quentin, I wish you all kinds of luck next year and good wishes, and we're going to have you back next year and see how things are going.
All right, sounds great to me.
I'm Lauren Gordon, and you've been watching the Dean's Corner with Dean Russ Schultz of the College of Fine Arts and Communication. Today our guest was Quentin Jiles, Lamar University Student Government Association President for 2012-2013. I invite you to come back next time when we will have another interesting guest here on the Dean's Corner.